Jerusalem syndrome is a group of mental phenomena involving the presence of either religiously themed obsessive ideas, delusions, or other psychosis-like experiences that are triggered by a visit to the city of Jerusalem. It's not endemic to one single religion or denomination, but has affected Jews, Christians, and Muslims of many different backgrounds. The best known, although not the most prevalent, manifestation of Jerusalem syndrome is the phenomena whereby a person who seems previously balanced and devoid of any signs of psychopathology becomes psychotic after arriving in Jerusalem. The psychosis is categorized by an intense religious theme and typically resolves to full recovery after a few weeks or after being removed from the area. The religious focus of Jerusalem syndrome distinguishes it from other phenomena such as Stendhal syndrome in Florence or Paris syndrome for Japanese tourists. Jerusalem syndrome has previously been regarded as a form of hysteria. It was first clinically described in the 1930s by Jerusalem psychiatrist Heinz Hammer, one of the founders of modern psychiatric research in Israel. Whether or not this behavior specifically arises from visiting Jerusalem is debated, as similar behaviors have been noted at other places of religious and historical importance, such as Mecca and Rome. See Stendhal syndrome. It is known that cases of the syndrome had already been observed during the Middle Ages, since it was described in the Itinerary of Felix Fabry and the biography of Marjorie Kempe. Other cases were described in the vast literature of visitors to Jerusalem during the 19th century. There are three types of syndrome. Type 1. Jerusalem syndrome imposed on a previous psychotic illness. This refers to individuals already diagnosed as having a psychotic illness before they visit to Jerusalem. They have typically gone to the city because of the influence of religious ideas, often with a goal or mission in mind that they believe needs to be completed on arrival or during their stay. For example, an affected person may believe himself to be an important historical religious figure or may be influenced by important religious ideas or concepts, such as the causing of coming of the Messiah or the second coming of Christ. Type 2. Jerusalem syndrome superimposed on and complicated by idiosyncratic ideas. This does not necessarily take the form of mental illness and may simply be a culturally anomalous obsession with the significance of Jerusalem, either as an individual or as part of a small religious group with idiosyncratic spiritual beliefs. Type 3. Jerusalem syndrome as a discrete form uncompounded by previous mental illness. This describes the best known type whereby a previously mentally balanced person becomes psychotic after arriving in Jerusalem. The psychosis is categorized by an intense religious character and typically resolves to